What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Lexi, and I'm back with another video. So today is going to kick off Sickle Cell Saturday. I've been waiting so long to post a video on Saturday for sickle cell awareness. If you look at my banner says beauty, health, and hair. I've posted about beauty, I've posted about hair, and now it's time to get into health. And my number one thing is raising awareness for sickle cell disease and creating a platform to where I can advocate freely. I can share my thoughts, I can share my tips. You can share your tips, I'll share my tips, and we can work together as far as just becoming healthier, just having someone to bond with, just having someone that you know live with the exact same thing you live with, and know that we all can make it together. So as well as posting on Saturdays for Sickle Cell Saturday, I will also be doing giveaways. Now, I've saved my boxes from BoxyCharm and Ipsy last month, and I will also save the ones from this month. One, because I'm moving back home and I have too much makeup, so I can get rid of some makeup. So I am going to give away the Micellar Magic makeup remover from Tarte. This is retailing for $18 at Ulta and Sephora. It is cruelty free and also vegan friendly. In order to win or to be in the drawing to get this, all you have to do is like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment of a red heart down in the comment section down below, as that represents sickle cell awareness for this channel. If you would also like for me to give you a shout out, you can also leave your name or which name you would like for me to shout out, and I'll do that. If you have sickle cell or you have a family member with sickle cell and you're watching this video and you want me to give them a shout out or give you a shout out, let me know if you're comfortable. If not, you can just let me know your name and tell me you have sickle cell, or you can tell me what type you have. Like, I have SC, so if you have SS, thalassemia, beta thalassemia, you let me know. And yeah, so to help me create this first video, I went around my job. I do work in the medical field, and I asked a lot of questions. I've asked a lot of my coworkers and as well as doctors questions such as, if you did not know me or if you had no medical background, someone told you they had sickle cell disease, what would be your first question to them? So with that, and with putting together a lot of questions that I get personally, I created a list so we can do a little bit of a Q&A together. So yeah, before we get into the video, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click that like button and go ahead and smash your bell button so you're notified every time I post. Now, let's get into it. Number one question is, what is sickle cell disease? And the next one is, how do you get it? So that's kind of like a two-in-one, because sickle cell is a hereditary blood disease or blood disorder that is passed down from your parents. So you cannot catch it, because I get that all, like, some people be like, when did you get it? I was born with it. It's a hereditary blood disease that is caused by hemoglobin S in the red blood cell. So what happens is your red blood cells carry oxygen throughout your body, which gives your body the oxygen that it needs to function. My blood cells, unlike your blood cell, isn't circular and squishy. Mine is the shape of a half moon, which is a crescent shape, which is why it's sickle cell, because it's like this. So yes, mine is the shape of a moon, and what happens is when I start going to a crisis, those blood cells get sticky and stick together, and it can also cause a blockage, which is not letting the red blood cells flow through my body and give my body the oxygen that it needs to function, and it causes a lot of chronic pain. A lot of pain. A lot of pain. Next question was, how do you get sickle cell and how long have I had it? I've had it for 27 years, and you get it hereditary. You get it because it's passed down from your parents. My mom has full-blown sickle cell disease. My brother has the trait, and I have full-blown sickle cell disease. What type do I have? And I have SC, which is the heterozygous. SS is homozygous. Hetero is different, homo is the same. Where do I feel my pain? That is a good question. My pain is mainly always in my back and in my legs and in my chest. When my arms start to hurt, I know that something is wrong. Like, I pay close attention to myself because my arms rarely hurt. Mainly my chest hurt and my back hurt. A lot of the time, like every single day, my back is in pain. Every day. You just get to where it's mild, moderate, or severe, and what are you okay with functioning with. And yeah, my pain tolerance is pretty high. Right now my pain is at a 5 in my back, and in my chest it's a 6, but my chest has been flaring up the past week, so yeah. But I have been hydrating. I keep this bottle with me at home, and I have a red bottle at work, and this is from Amazon. Of course, I always order some off Amazon, and this is from Extreme Glass. There is 34 ounces in this bottle, and I try to drink at least 3 a day. My minimum is 2. What complications do you have? Number one thing is a pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in my lung. I was diagnosed with that 2 years ago, and that was very hard. My entire lung, it was my right lung, my entire lung was infected. It was scar tissue, dead tissue, as well as infarctions on that, and that took almost a good year for me to fully recover from. I have had to have a port. If you always see that knot in my chest, that is my port. My veins are shot. They cannot access my veins unless they use the ultrasound machine and go deep, then they can, but it's easier for them to access my port. I've had complications with my spleen to where it was holding on to the bad blood, which is sickle blood. And so I have had my spleen removed. I've had blood clots in both arms. And I always have shortness of breath now since I have had the pulmonary embolism. I get shortness of breath a lot. Those are the main things. And I'll do a story time and go into details about those things on another day. But yeah. Do I have to take meds? Yes. I have to take daily meds to manage, to help me not have as many crises. And because of the blood clots, I have to take a blood thinner twice a day, and also pain meds, both oral and IV, if I was to go to the hospital or if I was to go to my doctor's office. On a day-to-day basis, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I take 7 to 8 pills a day. Do I have a job? If so, how do I manage that when I have pain? Yes, I do have a job, and I advocate for myself. My supervisor, and as well as my team, is aware that I have sickle cell. When I'm hurting, I voice that. If I'm having pain at 3 o'clock in the morning, I send a text message that I'm finna take pain meds. And if that doesn't work, then I have to take the stronger pain meds, and I may or may not be on time to work. I also let my employer know before they hire me that I do have a chronic disease that causes chronic pain, and that I will miss work a lot from time to time if I'm hospitalized. I have appointments every month with my hematologist, and a hematologist is a doctor that specializes in blood disorders. So I do see a specialist every month, and so yeah, I just let them know up front to give them that, hey, like, this is what my resume says, this is what I could bring to the table, but this is what goes on in my personal life, and this is something you may not see because my disability, my disease is invisible. Unless I tell you, you don't know that I'm hurting. Unless it's shown, like my leg is hurting and I'm limping, or my chest is hurting and I'm grabbing my chest. If not, you don't know that I'm in pain. So I speak up and I advocate for myself. And I'll leave it at that. I am a big advocate for myself because I'm not going to be treated differently because I have this disease, and I am not, I'm just not going to fall victim to being the stereotype. You know what I mean? Like people thinking just because you have sickle cell or just because you have any disease, you have to be on disability and you can't have a career or you can't live a happy, healthy life, because you can, and I do. Is it a black only disease? No. So it is popular in the African American community, but it is not a black only disease. Hispanics are affected by this. Caucasians are affected by this. So yeah, no, it is not a black only disease, in case anyone did not know. The next question is, how did you handle going through grade school and college with sickle cell? Through grade school, I did not tell a lot of people. The main people who knew were my principal and the nurse, because they had to know, because they needed to know when to call my mom, and the nurse needed to know when to give me pain meds. And there were a group of maybe 5 or 6 people that I was close with that knew, because I was ashamed that I had sickle cell. I felt different, and I didn't understand what was different about me but not different about my classmates, and I didn't want people to judge me. The first time I told someone, their reaction was it the same thing as AIDS? So yeah, I had a tight circle of people that I hung out with all the time. I have asked these individuals if it was okay if I mention their name in the video. So the people who knew was Catherine, Olivia, I'm not gonna say their full name, Catherine, Olivia, Erica, Nia, Jaquise, Jackie, Marquay. Am I missing anybody? Grade school, even though it was fun, don't get me wrong, when I was hurting, it was hard. It was hard because I didn't know how to explain what I was going through, and I had to fake a lot. I had to fake like everything was okay when I would be in so much pain, or I would try to push through and go to school and not tell my mom and not be honest about how much pain I was in, and then I would be at school hurting bad, to where my mom would have to come get me and take me straight to the hospital. So during that time, it was hard because I wasn't able to participate in like PE all the time. I wasn't able to go outside when I was younger. There was a lot of things in athletics that I was not allowed to do. My mom would not let me do because it was too much on my body. At that time, I did not understand that's why I couldn't do it. So I was always upset because my older brother was able to do whatever he wanted to do, but I had restrictions. I didn't understand why, but as I grew up, I did understand because of my disease. I can't do X, Y, and Z. I couldn't be outside during the summer times a lot because I will dehydrate, because I'm a kid. Like, I want to play, I want to be around and be a kid like everybody else. I'm not thinking about drinking water. I'm not thinking about maybe I'm doing too much running, my legs are gonna hurt. I'm jumping, climbing, rolling like everybody else, and later on I have to pay for it because I'll be in so much pain. I am still in contact with most of the people that I named, if not all of them, in some way, form, or fashion. And without those girls, grade school would have been lonely. It would have been more lonely than what I already felt, and it would have been harder. During a story time, I'll tell you a time where one of the girls had to stand up for me because I was feeling so sick I could not speak for myself, and the teacher actually kicked me out of the classroom. So yeah, the relationship with those girls helped me get through middle school, high school, elementary school. My friend Marquay would bring my homework home to me so I wouldn't be behind, and a lot of the time she'll even bring me her homework so I could copy those answers. Good looking out, girl. Yeah, all those girls looked out for me, and all those girls were just, they meant so much to me, because I knew at any given time I could have pain, and I knew with those girls it didn't matter. Like, they were still friends with Lex. Like, they didn't expect me to do more than I could do. A lot of the times if I couldn't run or I couldn't do anything, they would walk with me all the time. So I never felt alone because of those girls. It was when I didn't have those girls around me where I would panic a little bit if I was in pain. And through school, as far as college, I made sure that I told the school. I made sure that I told my teacher. I did go to a trade school because I was afraid to go to a college because I thought I wouldn't make it through because I'm in pain. But soon I will be enrolling into nursing school and just taking it step by step. But again, I advocated for myself then, and I made sure I just told my teacher what went on, how it went on, what to expect, and he worked with me, made sure that I passed on time, and yeah. So I just advocated for myself, and I had close friends that I could speak to and know that I could trust them with the secret, because it was my secret, because I, at the end of the day, felt different. I was ashamed and I was embarrassed. Because no one... I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to cry because I'm sorry, a little teary-eyed. Because no one there had what I had, and no one even knew what it was. So no one was like me. Until I was grown, I had no friends. I didn't know anyone who had sickle cell disease. So I felt alone and I felt different. Does it hurt? Yes. It hurt like hell. It hurt so bad. It hurts. Like, literally, you could be fine. You could be doing whatever you want to do in like a second sometime. It could be like, it's just like a switch to where you go from being okay, like, ooh, like, okay, that's like a little pain, but you know what, I'm good, and you keep doing what you're doing, and next thing you know, you on somebody's floor or somebody's hospital bed, Lord. It can come that quick. Sometimes, not all the time does it come that quick. Sometimes it just gradually builds up. Like, what helps with your pain is the last question. Hydrating. Hydrating helps with the pain. Pain medicine, of course. I also always have a heating pad on me. I have a heating pad that's in my car. I have an extra large heating pad that's in the bed. I have a heating pad at any one house that I'm possibly going to. I keep a heating pad at my job. Home remedies that help is Epsom salt baths, Bengay, green rubbing alcohol, Tiger Balm. I have Ace bandages. If my leg is hurting or if my leg is swollen, I'll put on Bengay and I'll wrap my leg in it. Soaking or taking hot showers help. I will also like put Bengay on as if it's lotion, and I'll turn the water on hot and I'll get in the water, and to me it feels like it's penetrating through and it's very soothing. I use essential oils. I have prayer rocks. I have my devotions. I knit. I write my journal. I watch YouTube. That's like number one, probably. I do watch a lot of YouTube. Anything to keep my mind focused. But yeah, I always keep Bengay. I just keep some form of muscle rub around me because I feel like it helps. But again, to each your own. It may not work for you, but it works for me. Tiger Balm helps just to have that sensation that is like penetrating through and soothing. That's the same thing that green alcohol does. And I love my heating pad. I don't go anywhere with a heating pad. If I can't have a heating pad somewhere I'm going, then I can't go. I can't go. But yes, you guys, those are some of the questions. If you have any more questions or you just want to chat with me, leave a comment down below. If you see this on Facebook, comment down there. Yeah, I'm an open book. So yeah, I'm excited about this. Like, I'm excited to be posting on Saturdays as well now. I've worked so hard to get and to be and to just make Sickle Cell Saturday happen. In the beginning of my video, you will see my graphic that my graphic designer made. Shout out to Jared for that. So thank you so much for that. I absolutely love it. It is for my YouTube page, and it also has the burgundy ribbon in the corner, and that's for sickle cell awareness. Again, I am going to do the giveaway for the Tarte Micellar Magic makeup remover and makeup cleanser. This is cruelty free and also vegan friendly, and it's retailing for $18. This is a perfect size. So if you want to be in the drawing to have this, you have to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment of a red heart down below if you would like for me to do a shout out to you in my next video on Saturday. Leave your name and tell me what sickle cell type do you have. I only listed 2, by the way, but in another video I'll go down the different types of sickle cell types. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah. Thank you all for tuning in to my first Sickle Cell Saturday video, and I will see you in my next one, my warrior babes. You have a wonderful weekend. Bye.